It's driving me insane. Silence rattles in my brain. Yeah, I gotta get away. Always waiting for the fall, so I built my towers tall, wandering through these empty halls. Break the cycle now, walls are coming down. I gotta make it out. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hi, my name is Rita.
Nice to meet you, Rita. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
That's great to hear that. How old are you?
I'm 38.
38. Wow, you look younger than that.
I know, a lot of people say that.
Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Delaware County.
Yo, shout out Delaware County. Say what's up to your girl. She's out here representing. Show her some love. Okay, that's great to hear. Do you have a middle name?
I do.
You don't mind telling us?
My middle name's Pia, P-I-A.
Oh, that's cute.
Rita Pia.
Well, that's different, unique.
Yeah. It's Italian.
Oh, Italian girl, guys. Okay. Now, can you please tell us a little bit about your childhood growing up?
I actually came from a good family. I feel like I had a good childhood. My dad raised me. I actually came from a wealthy family. Growing up, I didn't want for anything. I had a very good childhood.
What are some of your favorite childhood memories?
My dad always used to take me and my brothers and my sisters to Lancaster, Hershey Park. Yeah. When I think of my childhood, that's what I think of.
Do you grow up in a two-parent household?
I did at first, but when I was about probably 12, my parents separated. That affected me a lot because my parents were always together, and then when they separated, my mom became an alcoholic, and she was actually doing drugs, and she wasn't really in my life. She was in and out, in and out. She got wrapped up with a guy, and he didn't treat her well at all. So it was hard to see that.
So as a teenager, what was your teenage years like growing up?
My teenage years, I would say I struggled a little bit because that's when my mom really wasn't around, and I needed a mother in my life then. But I can say that my dad did his best. He did his best to be a mother figure and a father in my life.
How did you end up in Kensington?
How I ended up in Kensington is my boyfriend was getting high, and I ended up getting high with him, and we were coming up here, you know, of course, to get drugs every now and then the drive just became too much, and we ended up, you know, staying out here. First we were living in the car, and then our car got totaled, so after that we just started living on the streets.
Are you guys currently still together?
We are together. We struggle with our relationship a lot. Like just now, we got into a big fight, and I left him.
What was the fight about?
Honestly, because I fell asleep and he couldn't wake me up, and he knows if I sleep too long, when I wake up I'll be sick. So I was fighting with him about him not waking me up. And he was trying to explain to me that he did try to wake me up for like an hour, and I wouldn't get up. So when I finally did get up, I started screaming and yelling at him because, you know, I wasn't awake. And I feel bad because I put a lot on him. And like in my relationship, because of my drug addiction, I feel like we had such a good relationship before we relapsed together, and like now I feel like we're losing each other.
Yeah, drugs definitely plays a big part with tearing couples up. It's horrible. So currently, what drugs are you using out here in Kensington?
Fentanyl and crack cocaine.
Now, do you mix the two together?
I do.
And it's called speedball, right?
Yeah. Yes.
How does that make you feel?
How does it make me feel? It just gives me a high. I can't even explain it. It just takes me to another place.
Numbs your painful.
I feel like for that, as long as I'm high for that time, I'm just in another world, and I can't feel anything.
So what are you trying not to feel?
Well, in 2015, I lost my dad, and I was in jail when that happened. Him and I were very close. I didn't get to go to the funeral, so that's weighing very heavy on me.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I know that he's not upset with me or anything, but it's just something that weighs on me real heavy.
Man, I'm so sorry you lost your dad. May his soul rest in peace. What were you incarcerated for?
It was a bunch of retail thefts, and I kept violating my county probation by giving hot urines and not showing up, because I would get high and then I would be so scared to show up because I didn't want to go to jail. So I was on the run for a long time then, and I finally got caught.
How long were you locked up for?
The first time I was locked up for 18 months, and this last time I was locked up for 3 years, and I got out last November. And I feel like I didn't even give myself a chance when I got out. The second day I was already with my boyfriend up here getting high. And I didn't want that for myself. I had such bigger plans for when I got out.
So what are some things that trigger you into using?
Some things that trigger me, my anxiety and being overwhelmed, you know, just old memories, people, places, and things, you know. I always think that I can get high one last time, or I'll go around, you know, people that I know that are getting high, and I'll just bring myself down right with them. And every time, I just don't know why I keep going back to getting high. Like, I want so much better for myself. It's just so hard. It's not that I'm not ready, it's that I'm just so scared of being sick. Like, I get so sick when I don't have my dope. Like,
and that's out here.
Yes.
But when you're in a medical facility, I'm sure they're going to give you something, right?
Certain places, yeah. But this fentanyl stuff, like, it's like just something I've never experienced in my life. It's not like the regular dope I was doing years ago. It's like a whole different world. It's like a whole nother sickness.
Wow.
And like, I always have to maintain my habit. I can never like sleep too much. I can never like, I always have to constantly be on guard, constantly make sure I have money, constantly make sure I can get my dope. Because if I get to that point where I don't have it and I'm too sick, like, I don't have nobody that would help me, like, you know, come up out of it. It cost me at least $60 to come out of being dope sick.
Damn. That's a huge responsibility.
Yeah, it is.
That is a full-time job by itself.
And it's so hard.
I can imagine.
Like, so like when I finally do get to sit down, I finally do get to sleep, like, I'm so exhausted. And I do understand where my boyfriend's coming from. It is hard to wake me up because like I just crash, and I crash so hard. And then like when I wake up, I'm mad at myself. I'm not mad at him. I just take everything out on him. He's just the closest person to me right now. It does start off with a choice. It does. I do agree with that, but then it gets to the point where it just totally controls you, and you don't have a choice. Like, you don't. Like, I know everyone does have a choice, but it gets to the point where, like, if I don't have my drugs, I'm, like, deathly sick.
Right.
Like,
and that could lead to you dying, right?
Like, I feel like I'm gonna die when I'm going through withdrawal. Like, I never had seizures in my life, but when I'm in really bad withdrawal, I have seizures. Like, that's something I've never even experienced, and it scares me.
Have you OD'd before?
That's something I've never done. I've never OD'd.
Knock on wood, right?
Yeah, right?
I pray you don't.
Like, just 2 weeks ago, I had a bad blood infection and I had to go to the hospital. I couldn't even stay there for a full day. I had to go there, get a little bit of IV antibiotics, and then leave because I was so sick. And then when I would get better, I would go back to the hospital because I was in so much pain and my fever was so high. So I did that for like 4 days straight. I kept leaving and going back, leaving and going back. Finally, it got to the point where I got enough IV antibiotic where I felt okay. And it just, hopefully it went away on its own because I feel okay now.
Damn. You guys hear it, in a day, 24 hours, how many bags of fentanyl would you say that you use?
Honestly, I was trying to figure out how much, yesterday I was trying to figure out how much money I spent in a day. Because I know it's a lot. Like my boyfriend, he gets unemployment, you know, every week, like he gets like 5 something. It's gone in like 6 hours. Like, not even. I would even say 4. Yesterday I was trying to add up. A friend of mine, you know, helps me out, and he had said, I've given you over $200 some today already, and the day's not even over. And, you know, that took me back, like, because when you're spending money in little amounts, like 30 here, 40 here, you don't really realize what you're spending. So when he said that to me, that took me back. Like, I was like, wow. And I went home and I told my boyfriend that. And I was like, look, the day's not even over and we already spent like $200 some.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of money when you add it up in a year time. You could have a car, a house. But who gets all that? The drug dealers, right?
That's right.
And then what you're left with, pain and suffering, sucks. How do you go about supporting your habit?
Well, I have a friend that lives in Harrisburg, and you know, he's an older guy, and he sends me money. I make up excuses every day for him to send me money, and you know, he does. I'll meet different guys out here, you know, and they'll help me out.
Like doing dates and stuff, you mean?
I have done dates before. I have. I try not to because it makes me feel very low about myself. And most guys out there, they don't respect women. Like, they just look at us like, you know, oh, she's just gonna go out there and spend it on drugs, not knowing that I physically need that to be able to get up.
Absolutely. What's the worst thing that has happened to you since you've been out here?
The worst thing that has happened to me, I wouldn't say it's the worst thing, but one of the things that really scared me was a couple weeks ago. It was like 4 in the morning, and me and my boyfriend were walking on to the block to cop, and as we were walking on, literally 30 gunshots were coming down from the top of the street, and they were so close to us that all I could hear is the air of the bullet, like right by my ear. Like, we jumped behind a car. I was screaming and crying, and when it finally went away, finally stopped, we had looked above the car where our heads were, and there was the bullet holes. Like, literally, both of us almost got shot.
That's the danger of living out here in Kensington, guys. I myself, I have been in a situation where I have been walking down the block and gunshots went off. Thank God, you know, for life. No stray bullets hit any of us. Thank God for Rita life also too. But yeah, Kensington is very dangerous. I know some of you guys want to come out here and you know, explore the area, but I'm a little bit skeptical on that because I don't want to be responsible. Because you guys come out here, pull out cameras, taking pictures. You have to move like a ninja, like me. So you know, I can't be responsible for that. But yeah, she just said it. It's very dangerous out here. There's gunshots all the time and stuff. Do you have any short-term goals for yourself?
Any short-term goals? Well, I'm trying to wean myself down off of the fentanyl. I was doing like 6 bags at a time, which is extremely a lot. I've gotten myself down to 2 bags. I'm trying to get as, you know, low as possible, and hopefully, you know, get off this, because this is no life for me. And not only that, is I'm hurting my family. Like, it kills me to even think of that. My brothers and my sister come up here like 3-4 times a month, and they try to get me to get in the car and go home, and I just won't go. I just won't. I'm very close with my brothers and sisters, and they will come up here for hours at a time and just look for me and look for me. I used to have a phone, but it got stolen, so now they can't even call me. But they'll come up here. Like, sometimes they'll look for me all night, and then they'll finally see me, you know, walking the streets or something. And they'll just come over to me and they'll beg me to get in the car. They'll beg me. And they'll tell me how much my nieces and nephews miss me. They'll just do anything that they can to try to get me to come home.
So what do you think it's going to take to get you clean?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I just feel so lost.
Do you ever think you'll be able to find your way back?
I don't know. I hope so, because this is no life for me.
What's a day out here look like for you?
Say it again.
What's a day in your life is like out here?
I can't even tell you. I just walk the streets all night, all day, just hoping, you know, to find someone that'll help me. You know, I call people that I know. It's just, I'm just constantly chasing this high and just constantly on my toes. You can never let your guard down out here, never. It's like everyone out here is cutthroat. Like, you can't trust nobody, and when you think you can trust someone, you can't. Everyone's out for themselves.
I was going to ask you this question. Can you trust anyone out here?
In the beginning, when I first started coming up here, I do have such a good heart, and I would meet people and I would think, you know, I could trust them, or maybe they were my friends, you know, but I was constantly getting robbed and, you know, stolen from. I learned the hard way. Me and my boyfriend both, we learned the hard way.
Gotcha.
I didn't want this place to change me, but I feel like it's made me so cold inside. And that's not even how I was raised. That's not even the type of person I am. Like, I would give the shirt off my back to anyone. Now, I would think twice about it.
How do you stay safe out here?
I don't stay safe. I just hope nothing's gonna happen to me. And that's me being honest.
What's the first thing you do in the morning when you wake up?
If I have dope, which normally I do, but this morning I didn't, I'll get high, and then I'll get dressed, and it's time to walk the streets.
What are some things that you do every day to make sure that you take care of yourself?
I try to keep up with my appearance. I try to keep my clothes clean. I just recently, I was living on the streets. I didn't have nowhere to go, but like a month ago, I met an older guy. He's like 60, and I've been renting a room off of him. I give him $20 a day, and I know that doesn't even seem like much, but when you're an addict and you're out here and you don't have it, it's so hard to even come up with $20 a day to give him.
Absolutely. And you don't have a regular job and nothing like that. So that's, you know, you have to do what you gotta do to survive, unfortunately. At least do he ask you for any sexual favors and stuff like that?
No.
That's
No.
good. Is he an addict also?
Yes, he is. So he had, like, when I first moved in there was no set time on when I had to give this man this $20. So I would give it to him whenever I got it, you know? Sometimes I'll give it to him 5 at a time. Like, sometimes I'll walk in and have $5 and, you know, I'll go back out and I'll have another 5 to come give him, you know?
What all have you lost due to your drug addiction?
I feel like I've lost everything. I feel like I've lost myself. I don't even know who I am anymore. I just want myself back. I do.
Now, what have you learned from your addiction?
What have I learned? I've learned that addiction, it comes in all shapes and sizes, and it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't go around saying I want to grow up and I want to be an addict. I didn't. The way I even got wrapped up in doing drugs, I got in a bad car accident when I was in my 20s, and I got put on Percocets. And I didn't even know I was addicted to them. I didn't even know how strong these pills were until one day I didn't have them. And, you know, I felt very sick. And this guy that was supposed to be my friend, you know, at the time, where I thought he was my friend, he told me to try a little bit of heroin. It would make me feel better. And I did. And I knew at that second, the minute that I did heroin for the first time, I knew in my head that it ruined my life.
Well, how was your first experience like?
It was amazing. I thought it was the best thing in the world. You know, it turned me into somebody that I thought I couldn't be on my own, you know.
Wow.
And it took everything away from me.
Do you feel any shame or guilt due to your drug use?
I do. I do. I carry a lot of shame and I carry a lot of guilt. And when I get high, it makes that go away, even if it's just for an hour.
What do you love more than your addiction?
What do I love more? I love my family, my nieces and nephews.
Okay, let's get off topic a little bit just to get to know you as an individual, and we'll be done, okay?
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is purple.
Purple.
Yeah.
Purple, royalty.
Purple, yes.
A lot of people are royalty qualities out here. Okay, awesome. Do you have any favorite foods?
Favorite foods. I love Italian food, of course, because I'm Italian.
Okay.
I'm a Virgo.
Shout out to all the Virgos. We out there. And do you have a favorite band or artist?
I like Alicia Keys. I feel like her music's very deep and I can relate to her a lot.
Nice. And what are some of your favorite candies?
Some of my favorite candies. I like Jolly Ranchers.
Ooh, good.
And I love Twix.
Oh, yo, she just shouted out 2 of my favorite candies, Jolly Ranchers and Twix. Awesome. Do you have a favorite cartoon?
A favorite cartoon? I like the Rugrats.
Classic. What about, do you have any favorite movies?
Favorite movies? I like the movie Walk the Line with Johnny Cash. The reason I like that movie so much is because it really takes you through addiction and it shows you how bad he struggled as a star. And how bad the sickness is. It really, it's deep. I like that movie.
When you was a little girl, what do you want to become when you grow up?
What did I want to become? I wanted to be a nurse. I like helping people. It makes me feel good inside when I help people.
Got you. And do you have a religious or spiritual belief?
I believe in God, although I lost, you know, all connection with him right now. I do still believe in him, and I know he has better plans for me.
Amen. Where do you believe you'll go when you die?
I hope I go to heaven, wherever that is.
I pray you do. Are you a high school or college graduate?
No, I didn't graduate high school. I didn't.
What was your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject, I liked math. I did.
Math? Wow, she's smart. Do you have any pastime hobbies?
Pastime hobbies? Not really.
Do you have any, you know, America Got Talent? Kensington Got Talent? Do you have any talents?
Any talents? I don't know. I would really have to think about that.
You haven't discovered your talent yet, huh?
Right.
Okay. What's your favorite season of the year?
I like the fall time.
Why?
Why? Because it's not too hot, it's not too cold. I like October. I love Halloween. I used to love taking my nieces and nephews out.
Great. That's cool. That's great to hear that. And sunrise or sunset? Which one are you?
Nighttime, definitely nighttime.
Why?
I couldn't tell you why, but I stay up all night and I sleep all day.
She's a night owl.
Well, I used to, but now I'm
Up all night. Got you. If you could travel to any place or country in the world, where would you go?
I would probably want to go to Italy because that's where my family's from, and I would love to see where my dad was born and raised and grew up at.
Awesome. Now, you all currently in a relationship. What do you look for in a partner?
I look for someone that's going to be there for me in the good times and bad times. I look for someone that's going to bring me up and not down. Like, even though my boyfriend and I relapsed together, when we weren't getting high, we did have, you know, like 19 months clean together. We were so perfect together.
When was the last time somebody told you that they love you?
My boyfriend tells me all the time.
That's great. Do you have a favorite restaurant?
I like Carrabba's.
Great, great.
It's funny, I was with a friend last night and we were just talking about that.
Do you have a favorite clothing store?
A favorite clothing store? I don't know. I like Macy's.
Macy's. They got some good stuff. That's awesome. At the end of the night, when you go to sleep, what are some things that you dream about?
I struggle with nightmares. I do.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
No, I do not.
Do you stay in touch with your family?
I try to, yes.
Great. Okay, so now it's the moment. If there were anybody out there, friends or family member, wondering how you doing, you know, because sometimes people don't know if their friends or family member are still alive. So doing videos like this, you know, also help them see that you're okay. So what message do you have for your friends and family if they were looking for you?
I just want to tell my family that that I'm alive and that I'm struggling, but I am trying. I really am. I don't want them to think that I'm not trying, because I am. And I know it's hard for them to understand that right now. But I am trying. I'm trying to come home.
That's all you can do, girl. Take it one day at a time. And just don't ever give up, okay? Don't ever give up no matter what. What does happiness mean to you?
Happiness means a lot to me because I feel like when someone's happy inside, they don't go run to do bad things.
What does art mean to you? A-R-T, art. What is art to you?
Art?
Yeah.
Art means a lot because
what comes to your mind when you hear art?
Art, I write poetry. I'm a very deep writer.
Wow.
I think art comes in, you know, various shapes.
Do you have something you can let us hear?
Not off the top of my head.
So hopefully one day, if you had 3 wishes in this world, what would your 3 wishes be?
My 3 wishes would be that I never felt the way drugs made me feel, because I feel like if I've never did that one drug, I would never know how it felt, and I would be living life normal. My second wish would be, I would like to see my dad, talk to him one last time. And my third wish is my mom's sick right now. And I just wish I could cure her of what she's going through.
Amen. We pray, for God to send all his blessings to your mom to heal her as soon as possible. If you had a message to send to the world, what would your message be?
My message would be, it's not worth it. Trying and experimenting with drugs.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. That was so hard.
It's
Start
not
from the
worth
top again, I'm sorry. That was just a disturbance. Yeah, what's your message to the world?
That it's not worth it. Experimenting with drugs and trying it, it's not worth it.
Absolutely not. Okay, guys, we about to wrap up the interview with the lovely Rita. We want to tell her thank you so much for opening up. And that's very hard for a lot of people to do. So I look at these guys out here as warriors, because it takes a person, with a lot of courage to come out here, and tell their business to the world, knowing that people can judge them. But like I say, pray for these people, never judge them. Hopefully her story resonate with somebody. And Rita, if there's any support that you need, any clothes, feetwear, let us know, the audience and me, what are some things that you're in need of that we can help you with?
Well, somebody stole my clothes recently, so I've been struggling with that. Really, I don't really have anything.
What size do you wear in feetwear, jeans, and shirts?
I have very small feet. I wear a size 3.
Okay.
And everything else, I'm a small.
Small. Okay, guys, so you hear that. If anyone would like to sponsor Rita, send her some clothes, send her some words of encouragement, write her a letter, anything, my P.O. box address is in the description, and I will look for her out here and make sure she get her stuff like I do with everybody else. And we want to tell her to stay strong, to keep her head up. Thanks a million times for your interview again. Thank you guys for watching. And remember, guys, don't be bitter, be better. AML Films, and we out there. Peace.
Gotta save me from myself. This emptiness, it hurts like hell. My good intentions let me down.